Hi guys, welcome to Snake Nook. I'm Vanny, and in today's video I've got two things to focus on. Number one, I'm going to talk about Summer, my spider ball python, what is going on with him. And number two, I'm going to give you an idea on what you can do to save some money if you're trying to set up an activity area or an activity place for your snake. So here you see Summer. He's a spider ball python male. He is a little over a year old. He's doing really well. Right now he's hanging out in this activity tank that I put together. If I'm short on time, I do have a plastic tub that I use that they can wade in while I do some enclosure maintenance really quickly. So they'll be in this tub for a very short period of time. Today though, Summer will get a nice long outing, so he gets to chill out here in this activity tank, and in here we just have aspen as substrate and some logs for him to climb on. In the meantime, I'm going to be cleaning out his enclosure and setting it all up again. So the update on Summer, he's doing awesome. I think he's about a year now, a year old. When I first got him, he must have been between 4 and 5 months of age at the oldest, maybe 6, based on his size. Of course, that's not always accurate, so I could be a little bit off. He could be a little younger than a year, he could be a little older, but he's around a year old. When we first got him, he was of course not used to being around people. He would completely ball up when we tried to hold him, take him out. And I noticed that he was though taking feeders from the tongs back then, back in the summer and the beginning of the fall of 2022. However, sometime in the fall that changed. About 2 to 3 months after we got him, about 3 months after we got him, he kind of stopped eating off the tongs. He stopped taking the feeder when offered. So what we ended up doing was just leaving the feeder with him, and sure enough, the next morning the feeder was gone. And then we started checking sooner, and we noticed that within the hour he would take the feeder. He just didn't want to be offered the feeder. We would leave it and then he'd take it. He'd wait a while, I think, for things to be a little more quiet. We were usually feeding the other snakes, and then he kind of wait, and then he decided to take his feeder, and that's how he's eating these days. But he is taking a while to desensitize to handling, and that's just him being an individual. That can also have something to do with his morph. But overall, he's doing great, guys. He's growing, he's eating, he's fine. And moving on to the second topic, I want to talk about how to put together an activity tank such as this one, or an activity area, or whatever, an activity station, whatever you want to call it. And this is actually pretty economical to do, guys. I know that right now a lot of our wallets are getting slimmer, and the money doesn't go as far as it used to. So if you're thinking about setting up an activity area for your snake, and you don't want to go out there and purchase several items to make it happen, you really don't have anything extra lying around the house that you can use to transform into a makeshift station for your snake, this is something that you can certainly consider. So this Heidi that you see right there on the left is actually from PetSmart. I found it for a really good deal, so always check out those clearance items. And I found this while I was looking for some orchard hay for my guinea pigs. And so this was really in the rodent area. No reason why you can't go in there and look in that section. You never know what good finds you are going to come across if you just check out the clearance section. And then these logs are from a parking lot at a pumpkin patch that we went to in the fall. They were all just kind of scattered everywhere. There were a bunch of them. People were just kind of moving them around, trying to get them out of the way. So when they drove out of the parking lot, they weren't driving over them. I picked up a few, and that's where they come from. So those were free. And then the substrate that you see there at the bottom, that's actually some leftover aspen that I had from a long time ago when I did use aspen as a substrate for a short period of time. I didn't really like it. I just put the rest of it away. I kind of kept it just put away in case I ever needed it for any reason. The last thing to mention is this 10-gallon reptile tank that I found at a Goodwill store. So you can certainly go to your local thrift stores and just check around. Sometimes people will donate cages and tanks, aquariums, and things like that. You may just find something that you can disinfect, clean, and repurpose for an activity area such as this. Thank you so much for staying with me till the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Y'all have a good one. Bye.